Okay. Okay. Back in action, baby. For those of you who are tuning in on the live, hello, welcome back. For those of you that are tuning in on the VOD or the stream archive, great to see you. Very great to see you. And we wish you could have made it here live, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll see you in the next one. Maybe, hopefully, or a future one. But yes. Let's get it, baby. Another late one tonight. It's too bad, but just got so much to do. I did thankfully finish editing the podcast episode. I did. But that's literally what had me all night. Haven't done anything else since I got home but that. I've literally just been, literally just been doing that up until now. Well, before this, I quickly got ready for bed and stuff like that. So that I'm ready. Because when I end this stream, it always happens to be like really, really close to bedtime. Or just mad late in general. So yeah. Because I got home at 6:30, so like I've got 6:30 until whenever to complete a massive project. Hopefully I can complete it in one night, and thankfully I was able to. I'm getting a little bit faster with it, but it's only so fast you can go when it comes to how tedious the editing is and can be. I really don't understand why it's doing that. Okay. I should be able to. Yeah, okay. I'm good. Well, I may want to restart. So I don't think anybody got. I don't know if anybody got the notification. I might restart real quick. Or maybe not. No. Let's just do this thing, maybe. A quiet chat usually just means that you guys are already ready for me to hit you with some serious reading. Or just some other random content in general. Not random content, but YouTube night, possibly, maybe. So, let's give it a shot. Maybe I'll just do some of that. Let me look for something on YouTube. Maybe we can do a quick YouTube video. That might be nice. I believe I am audible. Yes, I am. Good. Okay. Let's throw this up here. And make sure YouTube is audible. Okay, just a quick test video. That's what I'll start with.
See how brown this water is? Just means it's full of tannin, which is a chemical that leaches out of decomposing leaves. I'm not 100% sure. See how brown this water is? Just means it's full of tannin, which is a chemical that leaches out of decomposing leaves.
It is good to go. Huh, strange. Okay. Whoa, why is it doing that? Okay. Good. Let's see what we got here. Six most disturbing abandoned buildings in... Oh, yes, of course, those, I'm sure, are legitimate and real. I'm sure some of them probably are, to be fair, but... What even is on the screen behind me? Oh yeah, all my VODs. Yep. Okay. Anything good? Do I have something in my watch later? No, that would be good. Yes. Yes. Rust collectors. See, this is what I'm This is something I'm curious about. Which is why it's in my watch later, of course. Of course.
Datri is 63 years old.
We do not want closed captions. Okay, rust collectors in Indonesia. Interesting enough.
Scavenging for rusted scrap metal is one of the only ways widows in Jakarta can make money. The women search for iron and steel from used ships in one of the most polluted waters in the world.
So that's number one. Out east like this, it can get very polluted in the waters, number one. But number two, they're having to sit in it. And that's absorbing into their skin. I mean, they're using gloves and they've got boots, but of course they're in the water. It's getting through their clothes. That's not good. There is some level of absorption through the skin. Now, I'm already curious, like, why is it that it's one of the only things a widow in Jakarta can do? And what is the profitability of this? Rust.
Datri is 63 years old, but she has been the main breadwinner for her 3 kids since her husband died.
Kadang saya cuma keluarin air mata aja ya susah. Iya.
What? What is happening?
Everything she touches has poisonous layers of rust.
Okay.
Kadang saya
Breadwinner for her 3 kids. Datri is 63 years old.
Okay. For some reason, the audio got like peeled away. Okay, back to it. If it's gonna let me.
Datri is 63 years old, but she has been the main breadwinner for her 3 kids since her husband died.
3
kadang
kids
saya
too.
cuma keluarin air mata aja ya susah. Iya. Kadang sampai saya kadang bingung. Kadang saya bingung ya.
She is quite old too. That's really sad. You know, like a lot of people in the Western world would be retired by that age and they wouldn't have kids to support. But she is widowed, 3 kids to support, old, and collecting rust. What an existence. This stuff really, really, really puts things into perspective for you. Like, again, I always talk about it, but you can think you have it bad until you see, like, just what a daily life of someone else on the other side of the world is going through. There's always someone who has it worse than you. 100%. Always.
Everything she touches has poisonous layers of rust.
Mm-hmm.
Ini masih ada tuh.
Because anything with rust can carry tetanus and plenty of other infections, diseases, things like this. And she's using very, basic protective gear. She's just wearing regular clothes and then some, fabric gloves. Ugh.
Nih, tuh. Ini baru dikelakep.
Ship recycling is a multi-billion-dollar global industry.
Oh, it's for
And massive
recycling?
yards across the world break down everything from cruise liners, cargo vessels, and oil tankers to naval warships.
Yes, I have seen things about this.
But these women make only about $2 a day selling small pieces.
Okay, so are they actually collecting the rust or are they collecting the metal? I think rust is a bit misleading as far as the title goes. Like, yes, they are collecting rusty metal, but they are collecting the metal to scrap, like to sell to scrap yards to sell, I believe is kind of the situation.
Why are so many widows stuck scavenging like this? And what makes it such a risky business?
I would assume that it's because the sexist nature of the country, and I don't actually know, but this is just my guess, is that women aren't supposed to really have official jobs or get official jobs, maybe, and their job is just to cook, clean, the standard old-timey gender role. That possibly could be what it is. And so as a result of this, they're not going to let her get a job even if she wants one, because women just don't do those jobs. So now she has to do these risky, terrible jobs because her husband is dead and she has no other option.
Every morning, Datri leaves her 10-month-old granddaughter behind and goes to work. She has always had a job, even before she got married at 19.
Ke Jakarta karena saya kan pengen ngikut suami nyari makan sendiri.
But things have been tough since her husband passed away 13 years ago. Widows often struggle to find jobs in Indonesia.
Yeah.
Because many believe they can bring bad luck.
Oh no, it's a frickin' superstition thing. No. Seriously? I mean, no matter the reason, it would be stupid. But this reason is really stupid. Widows bring bad luck, so you can't have them in the real jobs. What? Dude. Illogical, unscientific, and just completely backwards. That is like medieval ages thinking. Again, I'm speaking from a Western perspective. And Indonesia isn't, the same comparison. You can't make the same comparison, but at the same time, we're living in the 21st century, folks. Like, black cats aren't bad luck, okay? Bad luck is not a thing, guys.
But the owner of this ship-breaking company lets
Newsflash.
widows scavenge for free.
Well, that's nice of them.
Iya, sekarang ada 8.
Pernah rebutan nggak?
Enggak bareng-bareng aja.
The women are only allowed to collect small pieces like these.
$2 a day.
The larger chunks belong to the ship owners to sell or reuse.
But the stuff they don't want, the rust,
Kalau segini,
the widows can take.
awan, domelin, nggak boleh. Aku di stop. Gak penuhin karungnya.
They just use these little plastic, basically I'm assuming that these are probably actually what they use at grocery stores, right? The little cage thing. Forget what you even call it. Basket. Grocery basket. And they're using that as some sort of way to sift out like the dirt from it. That's what it seems like.
most of the valuable pieces are underwater near the ships. Detri uses a magnetic stick to find the metal.
Paling parah kalau lagi licin, banyak oli, lumpur, jalannya susah. Takut sakit, takut kepleset.
Yeah, man. And I mean, aside from the look at her right here. She is past her waist in depth. It appears, anyway. I mean, unless my eyes deceive me, that's insanity. I mean, that, and like they were saying, like supposedly there is heavy levels of like mud in which, I mean, you can see it on this person's hand, covered in mud, it seems. If they get stuck, that could be really bad. Like, don't underestimate mud, especially on the ocean floor. I believe this is an ocean. Maybe it's a river, but I believe it's the ocean. I mean, they're disassembling like naval warships and freight liners and things like that. Maybe freight liners is actually 18-wheelers, and I'm freight cargo ships. You know what I mean? So it must be the ocean. But this is just wild. And again, the water is completely one of the most polluted waters. Crazy.
13 rivers empty into Jakarta Bay.
Okay. So this is the ocean because it's a bay. So it is the ocean and 13 rivers empty into it. Okay.
Carrying with them sewage, toxins, and all kinds of trash. Datri's thick gloves and socks don't always protect her. Once, she stepped on a nail that went right through her foot.
Well, number one, she's wearing literal mittens, guys. Like, this, of course, she's not wearing actual protective gear. Like, she's sort of protecting from blunt cuts with these gloves. But what she isn't protecting from is actual sharp cuts. Number two, you're in the water and soaked all day. That's not good for getting sick. And number two, that water is potentially, I mean, they're wearing thick outfits, right? Like not the heaviest cold gear outfits, but they're also not wearing like tank tops and shorts. It's probably cold water, especially when you come out. Like now you're dealing with even more sickness because you're dropping your body temperature and it's dropped all day. Yeah, just not good all around, man.
Once, she stepped on a nail that went right through her foot.
And tetanus.
Saya sampai 5 bulan nggak sembuh. Sampai dibawa suntik ke PPP Rumah Sakit Pelabuhan.
Especially if it's one of the most polluted waters. Like you're dealing with God knows what you're walking on. And they're not wearing like special protective boots. So you don't know what you're walking on. You could be walking on a knife for all you know. This bay supposedly has insane amounts of pollution and refuse, trash, garbage. Who knows? There could be a nail like she stepped on. There could be a knife like she stepped on. There could just be a sharp piece of metal. Crazy.
Welders are constantly sawing off hot pieces of metal, so she has to be careful.
Nembus, jadi nempel.
Datri says even though the job is dangerous, she's still proud of making her own money.
Karena cari makan. Biar makan gimana caranya. Yang penting masih sehat hidup.
Now I believe that, right? There is a level of pride that goes into your work. You know, you're able to feel pride for what you do. And especially when it's hard work. Totally understand why she would be proud. And she's making her own money. As a woman, in this particular country. That's, there's something to be said for that. And she's supporting 3 kids and herself. She's a boss.
Around noon, the women escape the heat with a quick lunch break.
All of them are.
There are about 10 million widows like them across Indonesia, and most live in extreme poverty. Some turn to sex work to survive. Others are forced to send their children to work to make ends meet. Amina wanted to avoid that, so she took this job at the scrapyard 37 years ago.
37 years of
Jadinya
this.
udahlah, saya lebih baik nyari karat. Ya anak-anak ibaratnya ditinggal pada sekolah.
37 years of this. Most of you watching this video aren't even 37 years old. Imagine, for your entire existence and beyond, doing this and making $2 a day and living in extreme poverty. Like, man. But she's so right. Because if she didn't do this, she'd have to send her kids out for work as well. They would have no education. Like, she is trying to give her kids a good, better life, and I get that. I mean, she's sacrificing herself and her life for them. That is selfless. Because she could make it easier on herself by making the whole family just pitch in and work all day and work just as scary, miserable jobs. And like I said, look at this. She is above her waist in this water. They won't let them get the rusted scrap stuff just close to where they're doing it on the shore or near the shore or whatever. They are doing this in the water. Like, they're in the water.
Today, at 61 years old, she has many health issues, including severe arthritis.
Kaki ini nih, kadang-kadang bengkak. Kalau nggak di sini bengkak, di sini bengkaknya. Jalan-jalan bengkaknya. Pokoknya nggak bisa nggak minum obat.
And she's afraid she will run out of breath and drown because she has heart problems.
Karena kalau kumat, udah dari sini masuk ke sini, nusuk ke belakang. Panas perih, sakitnya kayak apa.
And like, she has no money to just expend on medical treatment to fix her heart problem, whatever that is. And that's just a, no pun intended, ticking time bomb. Wow. She's still working though.
On a really
Has
good
to.
day, she collects as much as 200 kilograms and sells it for almost $3.
$3. Oh, and she's recycling bottles too.
With that, she can buy about 4 cups of rice for dinner. Her salary isn't enough to pay for her treatments. But she's too sick to find another job.
Berdiri, kalau gosok kan berdiri.
And she's cooking up fish with the rice here, you can see. And the interesting thing about this is, they don't care. I mean, they're working in it all day. They are living in it. Oh, she is anyway. The water they drink most likely comes from that bay, from the rivers surrounding. The most polluted water in the world, or some of the most polluted water in the world. Not only that, but the fish that are caught that she is purchasing and cooking is full of contaminants, pollutants, and just terrible, awful things that she is then consuming through the fish. And of course, people that live in this level of poverty could care less, And it's sad to me that they have to, like, they can't care. We can't care because all they can care about is absolute most basic fundamental needs. As long as I have a little bit of food, 4 cups of rice, and this little bit of fish here, regardless of how polluted up it is, I'm going to live another day. And that's probably how they live, is day to day. Paycheck to paycheck.
Nggak kuat kakinya. Kerja lain kerja apa sih, Nak? Nyuci, gosok saya nggak bisa.
Nowadays, her children work, but Amina still helps with all the bills. And she'd rather scavenge than go into debt.
Enggak,
Fair
saya nggak
enough.
kapok. Sayang lah ibaratnya di rumah deh, bengang-bengong.
Wow, one nice thing is she has electricity. You know, she has electricity and some fans and stuff and some power strips here. Not that that's I wish she could have a lot more than that, but I didn't even think that she would have that $3 a day. But she must be able to get the basic necessities. I wish I could see more of the home. I'm very interested to see the home and such.
Sayang lah ibaratnya di rumah deh, bengang-bengong.
Now, is she alone? I know she's the focus of this particular video, but maybe she is actually like alone. Maybe she is like actually alone and doesn't have kids, or we know she doesn't have a husband because this is something that widows do typically, I guess. And maybe no kids either. Alone.
The widows sell the rusted scraps to Narwin, a middleman.
Kalau kualitas karat yang bagus ya dia bening, nggak kotor, nggak hitam. Kalau yang jelek ya hitam kotor.
This is one of 2 shipbreaking yards in Jakarta. It takes 20 workers at least a week to cut down an entire ship, depending on its size. Most ships have a lifespan of 25 to 30 years,
Wow,
after which
that's
they're
it?
retired. But they have hazardous materials inside.
Yes, they sure do.
Things like asbestos in pipes, heavy metals in paints, biological hazards from sewage tanks, radioactive material from gauges, and the list goes on. Left unchecked, they can seep into the soil, beach, and water near shipbreaking yards.
Now, in places like Africa and Indonesia and places such as this, where they do this sort of thing, are they really keeping those things in check? Do they really care about properly handling any of these things? I'm guessing not, which is most likely a massive part of the reason why the waters are so polluted. And again, as we can see on the screen here, a bunch of dead fish. Well, yeah, either that or they're still alive but heavily polluted and everyone's eating them and also drinking the water.
Destroy local marine habitats. But there are also many usable parts of a ship, including metal bars and plates. Those are recycled and sometimes used to make new ships or heavy machinery. Experts say this is a greener alternative to producing new steel, which uses a lot of energy. And it also saves the planet from more metal mining.
Yes, recycling is good.
So while workers like Datri and Amina play a crucial role in building a more sustainable industry, the profits and the praise are not trickling down to them.
No. People like the middleman, like this guy, I've looked into some of this stuff, and it's not this particular profession, but like in Africa, they do the same thing where they'll like burn tires to get the metal out of the tires, because tires are like made of mesh that like rubber encapsulates the mesh metal, and they burn that to get the metal and then recycle it. The middlemans make a lot more money than the middlemen make a lot more money than the people who are actually doing all the work to get the scrap and stuff will ever see. Those people they rip these people off. Like, this guy rips her off every single day. He makes so much more money than her, guaranteed. She'll never see any of it more than the $3 a day that she gets on a good day. $3. She might not even know.
Both widows live in this colony.
Oh wow. Okay, so we're gonna get to actually see the village. This is I'm very interested to see this here.
It's one of the poorest areas in Jakarta. Most of their neighbors also break down ships at the scrapyard or fish along the coast.
Cooking out on the street.
Datri raised her 3 sons here mostly on her own. Her husband died when the youngest was just 11.
Wow.
And she never considered marrying again.
Karena dulu suami saya galak. Saya pernah ditonjok, pernah diapa, pernah. Saya seneng itu piara anak sendiri, yang penting bisa makan.
I guess she doesn't miss him all that much. Understandably so.
Now her kids are all grown up. But she shares her home with one of her sons and helps support his wife and their baby.
Menurut saya sih Bu Datri harusnya nggak usah kerja. Tapi mau gimana lagi, namanya ngebantu untuk kerja, hidupin sehari-hari. Kasian aja, udah tua, umur udah kayak gitu, terus harus banting tulang.
Her
That's
other
how I
kids
see her.
rely on her too.
Kemarin aja punya.
I'm curious to know what her daughter is doing. I mean, yes, you've got to take care of a baby, but what is her daughter's husband or boyfriend or whoever that was, like, what's he doing? Are they really leaving it up to this elderly woman who's worked her entire life to just continue working her entire life until she dies? Probably at work or because of work.
Cincin 3 gram ya. Anak saya tuh kontrakan, daripada diusir orang saya kasihin. Bener. Udah mendingan saya lebaran gak pakai cincin daripada anak saya diusir orang. Itu boleh ngumpulin cincin.
Datri says her faith in God has helped her through the tough times.
Ya itu terserah yang kuasa yang ngatur saya masih sehat. Yang penting masih sehat hidup.
Oh, they're Muslim in
Alhamdulillah.
Indonesia.
Amin aja.
Or at least some of them are, clearly. She is. And the other lady that we were focusing on earlier, she was also Muslim too. You could tell by the headscarf. It's just similar to this. She's wearing here. Man, oh man. These videos, they affect me, man. They affect me, and they put things into perspective. Sometimes it's really good to see how other people have it sometimes. Because you can get really, really wrapped up into your own problems. You really, really can. And sometimes it's just nice to think to yourself that there is always someone else who has it worse than you. Not that I wish that upon someone, but it's just like, Jackson, stop complaining. Stop stressing or freaking out so much. Like, you're lucky you even have anything that you have. And it's true. It's true. Oh man. Worst prisons in the world. Oh my god. No way. Oh wow. It's 40 minutes long. I just couldn't make it happen. Oh, I definitely know that it would not be possible. It would be so insane. Like that's something we overlook all the time in like the movies and it's just our recounting of history is how the hygiene of the Middle Ages are ridiculously terrible. Ooh, another terrible job. I wonder.
That's what describe the stench coming out of this manhole. It's inhuman. It's foul.
Oh,
Clearly
no.
there is human feces mixed with garbage. He's almost fully submerged, up to his chin.
No.
I'm also worried about him because it doesn't seem like an easy situation.
I smell gas inside. I can't breathe well. I don't like this situation.
My name is Giuseppe, and I have a mission to try.
Oh man. That almost like makes me sad. I mean that does make me sad. That almost just makes me like cringe is what I mean. Like wow. Oh baby. Okay. I need to refill my water real quick. I'm going to refill my water real quick and then we will jump in. We will jump into a little bit of something else. A different video. Okay. Hey Jamie, what's going on? How are ya? Good to see you. Just 1 second. While you're responding, I'm just refilling my water. My seltzer water. Been rough, to be honest, but getting better. Life has been chaotic lately. I get it, Jamie. I get it. Life gets chaotic for me too. It gets chaotic for everybody. And reason being is just literally I get it. I really do. When life gets hectic for me, it's really hard to juggle everything, and it's tough. It's tough. But I'm glad that it's getting better. That matters a lot. I'm really glad to hear it. Really, really glad to hear it. And you're here, you know? You're here now. What am I up to right now? Right now? On the stream? Or just what am I up to lately? Or what was I up to today? Multiple potential questions that you could be asking me. I think I'm gonna grab my hat. Because my hair is bothering me and it feels like a hat kind of night. So we'll do that. But I'm still here, Jamie. I see you. On the stream. Well, I was just watching a video. I was just watching a video about rust collectors, widows that basically have to be rust collectors because they can't go into any actual profession, like legitimate one, because widows are considered bad luck in Indonesia. So Indonesian widows kind of have to just collect rust out of the ocean. It was a crazy video. It'll be up on YouTube, but so I was just watching that, and now I'm thinking of another one to possibly do. I think it might be some body cam stuff. I'm feeling a little body cam action right now. There's a few that I have to get caught up on here. And I haven't done any body cam videos on stream yet, although I do really enjoy them. So, but yeah. No, yeah, it was super interesting. But those are the kind of videos I love. Like, oh, I can actually show you. Hold on, because I still have it in my watch later, so you can at least see the thumbnail. Hopefully you can watch it on the Clips channel and they don't copyright. I mean, I won't get a copyright strike for it, but they can mute my audio and say, hey. But technically, anything I react to is fair use. It always is, because I'm actually reacting to it and transforming it meaningfully. But sometimes those bigger channels, like the one I was just watching, they can get a little frustrated. But usually I just appeal it and I win. So I think you'll be able to see it after the fact. But anyway, boom. So it was this one that I was reading. How rust collectors in Indonesia risk their lives to survive. And again, these are not just rust collectors. These are women. And they're not just women either. They are 60-year-old women. Like, these are 60 to 70-year-old widows that are supporting multiple kids in some cases that still haven't moved out. Yeah, it's just wild. That was such a wild video. And short video too, but still really crazy. Jamie, you're over on the West Coast, right? So you're what, 3 hours behind me? Or are you in the same time zone as me, for real? And thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that. You think I'm wise. And yeah, I mean, you know me, right? And your impression of my wisdom and just your knowledge of how I am and the things I'm interested in. You know that I would have to be interested in interesting things in order to be the person that I am, I suppose. I really appreciate that, though. Same time zone, so it's 2:30 in the morning for you. You're up this late with me, for real? But you're in Canada. So you just must be on the east. You're on the East Coast, Canada? For real? I don't know if I ever knew. I thought you... Wow, you just woke up? And it's 2:30? That's early. I'm also honored that you're here with me upon waking up. Because upon my waking up, I could barely function. Like, I can barely. But you wanted to be here with me. That means a lot. Switching my gum for a new one. Southeast. Well, yes, Jamie. Of course. South as well. Which means you're very close to me, most likely. Very, very close to me. Because I'm Northeast United States. You're Southeast Canada. Yes, you have missed a lot, but, I also haven't streamed some days, because like I said, life's been hectic for me at times as well. So I've also missed quite a few streams, and I owe you, consequently. So I've started reading on stream too. I don't know if you saw in the stream archives or in the Discord or anything like that, but yeah, I've been starting to do like professional sort of immersive storybook reading on stream. I've been doing one chapter per stream. Tonight I'm not. Taking a break to do just some YouTube stuff. And after the streams, I then take that section and enhance the audio to podcast level and audiobook level, edit out any mistakes I might have made, which are always minor, and release it into a podcast that I launched last week. So I do have a podcast now, just so you know. So you can always follow that wherever you get your podcasts. If you want to listen to me, a lot of you guys like my ASMR and like hear it, like my voice, and you've always been telling me to read and do podcasts and stuff like that. So we've been doing Dracula, and each episode of the podcast is a new chapter. I just finished editing last night's reading on stream into the third episode of the podcast, chapter 3. Yeah, hopefully you like it, Jamie. Put a lot of work into it. And then once I'm done, because season 1 is going to be Dracula. Season 2 will be the next book that we vote on. Yeah, and they're always classics because I can't legally read a book that isn't in the public domain. You know what I mean? Because that would be very illegal. So we're basically planning to read nothing but classics that are in the public domain. So season 1 is Dracula, and then once I'm done season 1 as the podcast, I will get them all together into one and actually release it as an audiobook to be able to listen to straight through. Still with chapters, chapter markers, and it will be segmented and stuff like that, but it's been really fun. I've been having a lot of fun with it, honestly. And I started the stream pretty late tonight because it does take a lot of work to edit these. Yeah, and that's a different story, Jamie, of course, because when it comes to an author that is giving me express permission to read a book, that's different, right? Of course. So that would be cool too. Yeah, Othella, actually, I don't know if you know Othella in the community, but she also had sent me a book that she was writing as well, and I gave, I didn't read it on stream, but I read it, and I gave her some opinions and edits and things like that. So, yeah, I would love to do that for you. I would love to do that for you, and I love hearing what you guys come up with. You guys know, and you know I love to read, so that would be great. I didn't realize you were writing a book. A novel, nonetheless. That's sick. One thing I'm learning from the Dracula classic book that we've been reading is that the way that Bram Stoker, the one that created and wrote Dracula, describes Count Dracula is so vastly different than the way Dracula is actually portrayed in pop culture. I don't know if you've read it. Maybe you have. But like the original public domain, like original text, Dracula is like an oldish man with a long white mustache and stuff. And his hair they never describe like a widow's peak on his hair. They do describe him with like pointy ears and the sharp teeth and stuff. But it's so interesting that somehow Dracula has been transmogrified into a totally different looking character over the years into pop culture. It's so interesting. And Jamie, I hope you like it too, because like I'm not just reading monotone these books either. So when you listen to the podcast, like every character has their own voice. Like I actually do Dracula in an Eastern European accent. Sometimes there are women that come into the story. Those women actually get like girl voices, and it's a truly immersive experience. Even just the narration is it's a lot of fun for me. It's a lot of fun. And I would love to do it, Jamie, so I'm glad you'd appreciate it. It's so interesting how they've adapted him to be so different from the original material. That's what I'm saying. It's pretty crazy. It's actually pretty crazy. All right, we'll do one of these. I don't have too much longer left because it's gonna be it's going to be more I don't even remember what I was going to say. We don't have too much longer left, so it'll probably be one video left is all I'm saying. And yes, that's awesome that you are of Hungarian descent. I love Hungarian people. I love all people, obviously, but Hungarian people are great. I know some Hungarian people in my life as well. And yes, so it's not technically like a Hungarian accent that I'm pulling out because I didn't do any accent research into Hungarian specifically. So I did my general Jackson Eastern European accent that I just had in my back pocket because, to be honest, like, I didn't go through the book and prefigure all the accents I was going to do. Like, I actually, which might surprise you, I guess, is I'm making them up on the spot based on how Bram Stoker, the author, is describing how they speak, sort of stuff. So my Eastern European accent is going to sound more like Ukrainian and Russian. So it's not going to be true to Hungarian, unfortunately. But then at some points, the Hungarian does come through. I will say that in certain things that Count Dracula says through my voice, the Hungarian accent side of it does come through a little bit. And also, it's not perfect because I'm doing this live. It would be a different thing if I was like sitting in a recording studio and had like multiple takes. So there's going to be a couple lines where it like might just straight up American accent just breaks through and it sounds weird. But even professional audiobooks, that happens. I see that happen all the time. I'm glad you're excited to hear it though. Yeah, maybe I can show you. I use Apple Podcasts, and you can see all the podcasts I've been listening to here. But this is mine here, Jackson Downer Reads. I haven't released episode 3 yet. I'll probably do that after the stream or tomorrow morning. But this is what it's called, so you can look it up. Jackson Downer Reads. And yeah, like I said, only 2 episodes out so far. But it's on this is Apple Podcast, yes, but it's on any podcast, Spotify, YouTube, even YouTube podcasts. Spotify and YouTube have the video as well, so you can watch the video along with the audio. Every other podcast platform only has the audio though. And Jamie says, I've always wanted to trace my lineage because the famous vampire child was a Nagy. So I'd like to know if there's a relation. That'd be sick. Yeah. I'm familiar with that last name, by the way. I know somebody who has that last name that I was friends with years ago. That's very cool, though. That, maybe there is a relation. Maybe, have you done the genetic test? I have, personally. It's so interesting. Not only from the medical side of things, but also just from the ancestry side of things. You really should if you haven't. And they can tell you if you're related to famous people through that as well, depending on which service you use. Oh yeah, definitely do it. You can choose to keep certain privacy things out of it. So like, there's been a big thing, and not so much anymore, but there used to be, like a couple years ago, I think, when I first did it, there was like a privacy thing, privacy breach or something, that everybody was getting scared about doing these things. And it's like, okay, but you can mitigate that by just choosing, like, keep my data off the servers, you give me my information and it stays only with me, sort of stuff. Just choose that, and you'll learn so much about yourself, because I certainly did as well. I couldn't have told you before that, largely. I mean, I could have guessed, but now I know exactly where all my ancestors come from. It's pretty amazing. Is it, I've always wondered though, is it pronounced Nagy or Nagy? Because I don't think it's Nagai or Nagy, or like, I think it's Nagy or Nagy, right? Yeah, at least with 23andMe. I used 23andMe. Nagy. Okay, so I was one of my two options, one of my two guesses was correct. Good. Good. That's really good to know, because honestly, I've always been curious about that, like the actual proper pronunciation of that last name. Okay, we got to do this thing. Jamie, you got me talking to ya, which is a good thing. Which is a good thing. I've missed a lot of streams with you, and you've missed a lot of streams with me, so we needed to do it. We needed to do it. We needed to catch up, just you and me, Jamie. Most everybody else is either asleep or just listening. A lot of people just kind of lurk and just watch and listen, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it is so great to have you here in the chat and be able to talk with you. I'm definitely interested in the worst bank robbery attempt of all time. It would be really nice if more countries had freedom of information. Like, it's so great that America is so freedom based, and like really everything is so rooted in, like, I mean, there's corruption in any country, no matter where you look. So, you know, you can hit me with caveats and you know, well actually is all you want. For the people that are listening to me say this, not speaking directly to you, Jamie, but it's so based in, like, police are public servants, so whatever they do, the public should be able to see, sort of stuff. And so, like, if more countries were like this, we could have it. I mean, the UK does it. But man, we could have so much cool stuff coming from Canada. See all the crazy hijinks coming from Canada and Mexico, and, like, you know, just all the cool stuff, all the fun stuff. A Karen video compilation. We'll have to do that. We'll have to do that soon. Man, I don't see any Karen ones, like, initially here, do I? I bet you if I search Karen, I bet you Code Blue Cam. I love Code Blue Cam. I am subscribed to them on my main channel. Karen. That's all I gotta search, guaranteed. Boom! Look at that. And now, this isn't a compilation, unfortunately. This one's so funny. I'm sure you've probably seen this one. All she does is just scream and scream like a literal banshee. I have seen that one. Oh, baby. Well, none of those actually say Karen in it. Okay. Drunk entitled Karen gets arrested. I've seen this one. I don't think I've seen this one. Well, Jamie, I've got to do it. I mean, you're here with me. You're here with me. So I'm going to give you what you want. My favorite, it's They Can't Hear Me, they're listening to Kids Bop. You haven't seen this one though, right? Oh, I gotta move it a little bit. You haven't seen this one though, right? Hopefully not. Alright, let's Let's do it.
You're gonna pretend.
Oh, maybe I've seen it though. Damn it. I've definitely seen this one. Damn it. Yeah, she's being racist and stuff in the video. Yeah, I remember. I've seen that one. Crap! Well, that's literally all I have for Karen, and I guess I've seen all of them. So, I guess we'll just do the bank robber one. This will still be good, and it's new, it's fresh. Not many people have seen it. Let's do this. Let's look at the worst bank robbery of all time, guys. Alright? Alright. And then that will close us out for the night.
It's my choice. I have the right to judge you on that.
We're just trying to get your side of the story.
With a civil suit, I'm gonna bankrupt you because you deal in corruption, because you're a faggot person of the U.S. government. You're a person, you're a slave.
We're just trying to get your side of the story.
Officers are talking with a suspect reported for causing a disturbance at a bank. But as the conversation drags on, they realize that even the simple task of getting him to step out of his car is going to take forever.
No, they had to break the window.
I told you 20 times, just stay in the car, stay in the car, just relax, relax. Stay in the car, everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine.
Jeez.
Around 1:30 p.m. on March 7th, 2024, Pleasant Prairie police officers are called to a bank in Kenosha County after employees report a man causing a disturbance. Before officers arrive, the man is seen getting into the passenger seat of a red Chevy SUV. As dispatch relays his location, officers will track him down quickly, but getting him to talk outside the vehicle turns out to be a whole different challenge.
So this is going to be a massive struggle to get this man out of the vehicle. Supposedly he's with a woman as well, maybe his mother in the vehicle. That is interesting. We'll see how that plays out. And okay, so we've got a suspicious character. The bank calls the police. This guy is leaving the bank, and so they pull them over as they're leaving. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Who's paying for that? Well, if you would have complied, then this wouldn't have had to happen. But officers are within their legal right to, by any means necessary, get you out of the vehicle if they need to get you out of the vehicle, basically.
Hello.
What's with the with the tap on the tail light there? Boop.
Hello. Hi. Hi. Were you just at the bank over there?
Yes.
Okay, so what happened?
So I'm just trying to get along. Hey, you're harassing me, and I don't want you to harass me. Get away from me right now.
Okay.
Okay. You pulled me over for no reason.
No, just hold.
Okay, so he starts off by explaining for about 0.3 seconds, and then he immediately goes into, "You're harassing me." All right, good start.
Did you pull me over?
I pulled you over because I guess they called and said that he was being disorderly at the bank. Were you guys at the bank?
Yeah, I was.
Okay, were you in the car?
Sleeping.
Okay, just, sir.
Let him talk.
Sir, just, okay?
Okay, I'm going.
Well, hold on, no, you're not.
You can't just drive away from a traffic stop.
Okay, but he was involved with in a disorderly conduct situation.
You want me to get out this car?
No, just, sir.
Shut up.
Okay, just.
Get the f away from me. Will you stop? He had no right. He had no right. Go.
All right.
Go.
Step it up. All right, sir, we just are trying to figure out what...
He is screaming at her to drive away. What a bad situation she is in. And he does have a right. He is literally pulling you over because he got a call. You know, if they get a call and you match your car and you yourself match the description exactly, they do have to respond to that call.
Figure out what's going on here, okay?
I don't know. I was in the car. Hey,
Okay.
No questions. No question. I'm not saying nothing. You okay?
She's the getaway driver.
Okay. What's that, sir?
Contact my attorney. You know my name. Contact my
I don't know your name, sir.
We haven't got there yet, bro. We're trying to.
Okay. Listen.
What did he just say?
Okay. I understand you're frustrated.
That's a threat on an officer. Strike one.
Okay, we just...
Yeah, quite likely, she may not have even known what was going on in the bank. He very well could have just asked her to take him to the bank, and then he went in, did what he did, that we still have yet to find out, I suppose. And now she's in this situation. Great. Bet you it's her son.
Anytime you touch me, I will charge you for it. I do not, no contact with you. I do not give you permission to touch me. Contact with my car.
8185, your status.
Get away from me.
Okay, sir, I'm just trying to get your side of the story.
Officers later learned from the bank staff that the suspect, 35-year-old...
Why in this AI-generated photo is the bank teller and the one behind them wearing a robber mask? Good job, AI. Okay.
Charles had walked in wearing a face covering and demanded $300,000.
I see. The generation prompt was probably something like wearing a face covering. So now the bank tellers look like the robbers. That's hilarious.
Claiming it was for
okay,
his
so what do we got here?
Officers later learned from the bank staff that the suspect, 35-year-old Charles, had walked in wearing a face covering and demanded $300,000, claiming it was for his nonprofit organization and related to tax allotments.
What? So he's like half robbing the bank? It's like a half robbery? He's like... He's like, give me $300 right now, but it's for my nonprofit. Like it's because of taxes. I need it. It's just a situation. Promise you, it's not what you think it is. But meanwhile, it's just actually robbing the bank, just like low key. What are you thinking?
Employees tried to review the paperwork he brought. Charles began escalating by shouting and hurling abuse at the staff.
And he was wearing a face covering while doing this too, supposedly? Oh my god.
Fearful for their safety and that of elderly customers inside the bank. After being asked several times to leave, Charles eventually stepped outside, but not before unleashing one last round of insults. Now, as officers try to hear Charles' side of the story, they see the same kind of escalation he showed inside the bank.
No contact with the foundation of USC. Now, that is very, very serious. Now, if the USC will not prosecute you, the UCC will.
Okay.
Okay? Now get away from me.
Okay.
So I have to get you good.
This person is mentally disturbed. I mean, do I really need to even say that? No. But he's talking about that his nonprofit organization is going to prosecute the police. Okay. Yep, got it.
Nobody's trying to harass you, sir.
The cop is being really chill, too.
Okay, but I have to get your side of the story.
He's got another unit coming, too.
Because I was called to the bank.
I heard him call it on the radio.
I was called because you were being disorderly conduct.
Tell me. Shut up. I'm a pro say. Tell me.
About what?
Yeah, go. Leave. Before you get really in trouble. You want to be
He's yelling at her again. Leave. And she's like face palming. You can hear the other cop rolling up in the background. Let's go. It's getting wild now.
Listen, sir.
You're going to get in trouble, bro. You're in trouble.
Listen, all I'm trying to do is get your side of the story. Okay. No, we're going to talk to you and get your side of the story. Ma'am, can you step out?
I have no choice. I'm not going to jail. Go to jail.
I don't, because you're not being safe with her. You're not being safe with her.
It's very true.
No, you keep on, you're getting in her space. She doesn't seem very safe right now. She looks scared because of how you're acting. Okay?
She does.
I'm just trying to... Okay, well, you don't look very safe right now. Okay. And you're threatening... Okay, so you're not going to tell me what happened? All I'm just trying to merely do is try to get your side of the story.
He won't stop
that's fine.
speaking.
I need your driver's license. Okay, I need your driver's license or ID.
He's just rambling and rambling over the car.
Okay, can you roll down your window, or that side of the window, please, so that officer could get... Okay. He's just refusing to talk, and, ma'am, can you step out?
Take it the bank wants to press charges? That'd be perfect.
What's that?
So that they think, who's that, Mom?
I guess that's his girlfriend or wife.
Just trying to get his side of the story.
Really?
Right?
Trying to get his side of the story. He's threatening to...
She has got to be double his age. I mean, fine. That's cool. That's, good, whatever you want to do. But I would have thought that was his mom. All right.
The fight and everything like that, Sue, and saying that he doesn't have to talk to me, whatever. Okay, that's fine. But then he's like all over in her grill. So I asked her to step out so I can at least make sure she's safe and everything like that.
She's not stepping out.
It sounds like she feels safe with him. She's like distressed. And I try to have her step out. And,
she won't get out either?
She won't get out because he won't let her.
Well, you can order her out of the car. Has either one ID'd them?
No, they won't. He won't give me any sort of ID. Ma'am, I want you to step out of the car, okay?
Go get your superior. Go get your superior.
4-9, they got the windows rolled up and they're refusing, so at some point we might have to smash the window out, so if you want to stop out here.
Copy. Go get your incorporated boss.
You need to identify yourself.
Look,
all right.
Identify my mouth. That's why I identify.
All right, you're under arrest. You're under arrest. Step out of the...
Ma'am, it's really, we're just trying to clear the air. I want to make sure you're safe, and I don't...
What is he... Now I'm a little confused. What is he arresting him for? He just started, casting expletives and stuff like that, but what happened in the past 5 seconds of him casting expletives, which you have the freedom of speech to say and use, and him getting put under arrest, supposedly? Interesting. Okay, I'm looking forward to hearing the reason. I am interested to hear.
You're safe right now.
Your parents fucking making your job. Public service is safe.
185, go ahead with that information for 79.
Chase Bank is willing to sign complaints.
Step out of the car, you're under arrest. You're under arrest. All right, you're going to get your window broken. Got a window punch in your car?
No.
Oh, he's going straight to it.
There should be one in the door pocket.
Let's go, baby.
Well, your window's getting broken in about 2 seconds.
About to see a window punch. Oh, this is a big one, too.
Multiple times that he's under arrest and has a response for that. So we're going to end up breaking a window here. 4-9, we'll wait till you get here, though, so we got another body.
I have a window punch on my knife that I have, and it's very small, which is all you need, because all you want is a really hard piece of metal that comes to a very small point, because you want all of that force and hardness generated in one very small point on a window, like a car window, for it to break. They work really, really well. But this one is interesting. This is a huge window punch. Industrial strength. But yeah, I don't see the arrestable offense here with him just shouting expletives and stuff. So he hasn't articulated his reason for placing him under arrest. However, he doesn't have to, I believe. He doesn't technically have to articulate that quite yet, at least. So, but I'm sure he will soon enough.
Once again, you're under arrest, so if you don't step out of the car, I'm going to break your window. All right, is it her car? Your window's going to get broken in about 2 seconds if he doesn't get out.
I bought this car with my credit.
Okay.
Gave it to her, and I'm undersigned on it.
Okay, I'm just telling her that the window's going to get broken also.
Who do we have for the RO?
D5, I show 2 ROs. And then we also got Charles. Charles is Or your information 1060.
All right. Once again, you are under arrest. You are under arrest.
You are touching my property.
You should probably just listen, brother.
I am disclosing to you. I do not want you touching my property.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna break the window too.
He just was talking about how he bought the car with his own money, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? It's about to get slightly ruined. So you might just want to step out. Because either way you're coming out. Like, I don't understand the logic here. I think this is just a pissing contest, essentially. You know, I mean, that's clearly what it is. Pissing contest, I'm not getting out, you're gonna have to drag me out. And that's basically what this is. Although he's acting like they have no authority to do so. Okay, well, you have no idea. Where'd you get your law degree, brother?
Even as officers try to reason with him, Charles only digs himself deeper into shit with his behavior, eventually forcing them to follow through on their warnings.
So we're just trying to get your side of the story.
I'm gonna bankrupt you because you deal in corruption, because you're a fat person in the U.S. government. You're a person. You're a slave.
You're a person.
Your side of the story.
Can't hear ya.
Don't be mad at me because I'm not so smart and you're a faggot. I'm decentralizing the U.S. government along with the people that talk.
I'm decentralizing the U.S. government?
I'm decentralizing the
I'll decentralize the U.S. government. Okay. So you are incomprehensible at this point. Okay.
U.S. government along with the people that taught me a person of the United States, a slave, a servant, to do your due diligence, which is nothing. Because you only supposed to police the government, not the U.S. The U.S. government, U.S. citizens, because they are persons, U.S. persons. But if we would have known that we were persons, we would have signed our way into everything. Everybody be American, and we'd be free. And everybody can police us by ourselves. And God, and you're done until we're soon to God's judgment.
Okay, so this person is clearly unhinged. I mean, literally just unhinged. I don't necessarily think that there was one comprehensible statement within that diatribe. What in the world?
Well, now he's got felony threats to law enforcement, so...
He had those long ago.
Well, now you're under arrest for threats to law enforcement.
What was he under arrest for at first?
Said that his wife.
I'm here in clean protest. No, just debate. No.
All right, you asked for a boss. Here he is.
So we haven't
Here we
talked
go,
to
supervisor.
Chase Bank, but they want to press charges on him for his disorderly conduct. I was just trying to get his side of the story. This has always been. Try to get her to come out of the car. She's distraught. It's like I asked her to come out because she looks like she's not safe. Apparently that might be his wife.
Okay.
She
If
looks
you need to
distraught.
come out of the car, I'm going to get a rescue squad for her. I don't want to have to break your window, sir. I don't want to have to break your window. That's exactly what's going to happen.
I mean, seriously. I mean, again, with the person that this person being the person that this guy clearly is, I wouldn't put it past him, but I am just so amazed that he's 35. She is clearly in her 50s or 60s. But again, his dialogue throughout this whole interaction, I'm not going to put it past. I mean, whatever. And again, like, you're gonna like who you're gonna like when it comes to age, but this is just strange. I don't even think we know for sure if that really is his wife or his girlfriend. We don't even know. Are they guessing? Because we haven't got that information. I don't think he is any sovereign citizen because he's not pulling any of the typical sovereign citizen dialogue options that you typically pull in a police interaction. So I don't think he's pulling any sovereign citizen card. He is just being belligerently incomprehensible.
Ma'am, I have a rescue squad coming for you, okay? Well, you're saying she's having a diabetic reaction. They didn't want you there. Okay, well, we're going to break your window and arrest you. You need to open up the car. What do we have?
What is going on here? Now she's having a diabetic reaction? And now they're getting a rescue squad up for her? What is going on? What is happening? If this is his girlfriend / wife, he obviously has no care in the world for her. If this is his mom as well. no care in the world for her either. I mean, what? What?
And then it sounds like you might have some warrants. Were you trying to say you had warrants?
Negative. The email have his results. There is a IID required for that vehicle.
What is it? 10-4. It's IID. I thought, because he said 1060 before.
Okay.
So just DC.
Okay. I hate to have to do this to you. Okay. Well, flipping me off isn't going to help. Ma'am, is this your car? Okay. Do you want to just unlock it? Can we just unlock it?
Can you just open the door? Like, this would make this so much easier on everybody, because we are going to break the window. We are going to get you out, and you're going to be a lot more upset. You're basically creating the situation in which you are the most upset possible here. You could be this upset and just get out and deal with it. Or you could be this upset because they've destroyed your car, or at least your window, and they're dragging you out now. The logic is not necessarily present here in this moment.
Yeah. Don't listen. Okay. Well, it's your car too. Why would you want us to smash your window? You're under arrest. Okay. So you're going to make it as difficult as possible. You're going to make it as difficult as possible?
Is he's clearly the one to, like, she is face palming. Her hand is on her head. Meanwhile, this guy is reaching across her lap to roll up and down the window periodically, as you can see here in the shot. He's literally going over her. He's just like in control and all up in her business over this whole thing. And I still don't understand her relationship to him or his relationship to her. What in the heck?
Go ahead.
Get it.
Do it!
I told you 20 times.
Car. Get on the car. Lay down on the floor.
I swear to God, no one, exaggeration, but so many people do not believe that they are actually going to break the window. I think that must be what it is they don't actually believe that the window is going to be broken. That must be what this is, because the second that they start breaking the window, the lady in the driver's seat is freaking out. This guy here is immediately stepping out with his hands up, like immediately submissive. It's like, what did you think? They warned you 20 times. Now you're getting out. Now you're actually like, oh wow, they really did it. Yeah, of course they're really gonna do it. Of course they really did it. Oh my. Immediately compliant.
No, don't leave.
And she's freaking out.
Don't leave. No.
She's freaking out like it's the cops' fault. They have warned you how many times that they are going to break the window? How many times have they warned you that they're going to do? And now you're acting like they didn't just say this 27,000 times prior to it happening. And she's just sitting there. They kept telling her, hey, you should come out. Like, we can see you're in distress. We can see that you're having, like, something's going on here. Just get out. We're going to have you get out. And she just wouldn't. She just kept sitting there. Like, both of these people are on a different planet.
No!
Hold on, let me double lock.
4-9 PD1 in custody.
She's not in a park. Shut the car off, too.
10-4-1 in custody, 1354.
Okay, miss, do you have any ID on you? Why don't you roll down the window and talk to me?
He took my key.
Okay, all right. Can I open up your door? Okay. What's your name? I'm Paul. I'm so sorry this happened to you today. Can you explain to me what his problem is? Yeah, okay.
He asked me to take him. I took him. I was in the car because I'm in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is exactly as I thought. He asked her to take him to the bank. That is all her involvement is. And meanwhile, he puts her through all of this. How disrespectful. But again, like, you can clearly see that she's like 60 to 70 years old. Maybe 50 to 60, but I'm going to go with 60 to 70. And this cannot be his wife. This cannot be. This has to be his mom. Come on. I mean, we'll see. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we won't. But seriously, yeah, poor lady. Oh my goodness. She is just in the middle of this. She doesn't know what to do. So maybe the fact that she hasn't, like, she is freaking out and wondering why this is even happening is just because she has no idea what even happened. I mean, clearly she doesn't, because the cops haven't explained it yet, because they're just trying to get his side of the story, which they haven't gotten yet. So she is just not a part of this whatsoever. Innocent bystander, essentially, which he has implicated her in being the getaway driver by putting her in this position.
Is he always like this?
She's shaking. Look at her legs.
It's my fiance. Your fiance. Okay.
That is okay. All right. Okay. Well, I stand corrected. That is his fiance. And, you know, good for him, good for her. I'm just a little surprised. I'm just a little shocked, and that's fine. You know, somebody for everybody. But it's just, you know, it's just, okay. All right. Yeah.
Hold on.
My shoulder and my hands are broken.
I thought he wanted me to roll over.
Oh, there's his face covering that he wore in the bank. Oh my God.
I'm controlling my SKD. Y'all want to leave. Go ahead, do everything you want. Everything. Suck my d while you at it.
265 decimal B5905 384
No, just chill.
Give permission to pick me up by the body, not my shoulder.
No,
not by my
listen,
shoulder.
get on your knees.
Okay.
It's Charles. You want the RO?
I appreciate it. Due diligence.
Whoa! 1 second. He is like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. This and that and this and that. Swear word, bad word, whatever it is. And then the next second, he's like, I give you full permission to pick me up. I appreciate you. The last thing he just said was, I appreciate you. What is going on? I mean, I guess we couldn't have expected somebody in their right mind to pull something like this, especially as terribly planned as he has done it. But, yeah, all right.
Hey, stop. I'm not resisting. Just let me alone. Don't hold me. I will do anything you want, please.
What do you? No, walk.
Okay.
I'll do anything you want.
Let's get over here.
As long as it's per law. I know my law. You know,
Immediately submissive.
I know my law.
Face that way.
All right, I know my law.
He was just talking about how he's going to kill them all.
I'm relocating myself from the United States, and y'all be fucked. You know what I'm saying? I ain't putting no drugs. I drink. That's what I do.
I know, it's in the car.
I don't give a
Right,
fuck.
flip around. Face the car, I said.
I'm sorry. Let me hear you first. Motherfucker. You bitch. You gonna f*** with me. Don't touch my glasses. Put them back on my face.
I'm making sure you got nothing in your...
No, I'm sorry. You I'm sorry.
Don't you touch my glasses. What are you doing? What are you thinking? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. Oh, my God, dude.
You bitch. You gonna f*** with me. Don't touch my glasses. Put them back on my face.
I'm making sure you got nothing in your...
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, person. Hey, you fix me up. I hear him. I'm not gonna do nothing. I don't want to fix my glasses. Please fix my glasses, please. My hair. Hey,
please fix my glasses, please. Don't touch my glasses. Can you fix my glasses?
Okay, spread your feet real quick, and then we're good.
No problem. I do not do drugs. I just drink. That's it. Okay. I'll consent to a blood test. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to talk. I'm here and just...
Spread your legs.
He appears to me to be on some amphetamines, most likely. Number 2, yes, he's been drinking. He's admitted that up and down. No teeth, of course. Of course, no teeth. But by the way he's acting, speaking, and just his overall general demeanor, I'm going to say that there's a bit more at play than alcohol. Maybe it is just alcohol, but in my opinion, there's a little bit more than alcohol in his system.
Sorry, I'm just protesting. That's it. I'm sorry.
I'm just protesting.
You want? I give you permission with no recourse.
I'm sorry, I walked it.
Y'all still want to arrest
Check
me?
for open cases.
Y'all still want to arrest me?
And he's the one that's in custody.
He's filing charges against you, and now you're going to have some other ones with us.
Have a seat.
Before I go in, why are they what are the charges?
Well, that's disorderly conduct. We got threats to law enforcement, obstructing.
Trust law enforcement? I'm going to force the trust law on their ass. That's fine. I got lawyers. I'm fine. I'm good.
Okay, I stand corrected. He does have teeth. I think they're just a bit rotten. But I am seeing upper teeth. At first I thought he had no upper teeth, or very little, but he does. He does.
Do we
I'll
have
give
ID
him that.
on her?
No, we don't have any IDs right now.
Is Trisha the RO?
I believe so, yeah. Where's that ID?
Copy.
Charles, yeah. Charles, is there anything you want to come with you besides this item?
Yes, all of my property.
Do you want your phone to come with?
Yes.
Okay. All right, anything else?
Can I go out there and look?
No, you can't.
You can't go out there and look, brother. I know I'm like arrested and in your car.
Ma'am, he wants his phone. Do you want to maybe
But
shut it off or whatever?
can I go, like,
don't know how to
get
work
some
that
of my
phone,
stuff?
So I don't know.
Now they broke my window. I don't know how.
Okay, that's fine. I didn't know if you were familiar with the phone.
Pleasant Prairie.
As the scene finally starts to wind down, Charles still isn't done. He continues rambling on the ride to the station, while the captain back at the scene turns his attention to helping his fiancée.
Yeah, he's got a few things happening now.
Yeah.
We could probably hit him, threats to law enforcement.
Yeah.
Because he said he was going to cut my dick off and shove it. I'd say that.
He said a bit more than just that, too. Yeah, that was like some of the more tame stuff that he was saying. Oh, man.
Threats to law enforcement, so.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to give you a case card. There's your ID. There's your keys. I'm going to give you a case number card.
They're being really nice
to her.
to
He's going to go down to the jail, 1055th Street.
And she
most
deserves
likely
it.
will have a bond.
She's been through the ringer
I
today.
don't know any of that yet. Otherwise, he's going to go before a judge tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Okay?
Down in Kenosha?
Kenosha Jail, yes. Kenosha County. Does he always act like this, or is he just not like police, or what's the... And were you in Chase with him?
No, I was in the car.
Okay, because they called and said, hey, I guess he made a scene inside the bank, which...
You're supposed to go. Leave me alone. And mother... Don't contact my attorney because I have invoked my right to counsel you. You guys are... And I'm still going to the tip of my...
Oh my God.
Speed it up! Speed it up! I'm going somewhere blissful. Don't go with somewhere satanic. Let's go to conscious. You are fat. You deal in corruption, and I'm exposed all myself. What's wrong with me?
There's more of the same with this guy. It's all the same with him.
I understand the trust.
It's just different variations of the same thing.
That's my trust.
Okay, so now we're getting the I am a prophet of God stuff. Okay, very typical in a perpetrator such as this. Okay. I hope they tell us at the end what the lab results in terms of what's in his system. Tell us, but maybe they won't, maybe they will. I hope they do, because yikes.
It's just a game. You guys, the government flipped on me. I'm going to take it back. All my rights. With the right to shoot you if it cost me.
Ultimately, Charles was charged with felony, battery threat to an officer, bail jumping, misdemeanor, resisting obstructing an officer, disorderly conduct, and his cash bond was set at $7,500. He was eventually found guilty of battery threat to an officer. The remaining charges were dismissed. He ended up getting arrested 2 months later on similar charges. In the end, the court addressed 3 felony cases and placed him on 3 years of probation. If he violates probation, he could be ordered to serve 3 years in state prison, followed by 3 years of extended supervision. Don't just watch.
Okay, so am I surprised that he was literally arrested on similar charges, 2 months later? 2 weeks later, 2 months later? However long it was, doesn't really matter. Am I surprised? No. Not at all. This is the sort of person that does this on a weekly basis. Wow, what a character. Overall, I would say that this is very interesting. I don't know, it was like he was half robbing the bank, because he went in there demanding money, but he didn't technically have a weapon. But that's armed robbery. There's a difference between attempted robbery and armed robbery. I mean, there's different levels to this stuff. So, man, we'll take it for what it is. He wouldn't explain himself. The cops had to respond to the call and get his side of the story, or at least make contact with him, see what was going on. I mean, the Chase wanted to press charges no matter what. So I think that is what the initial arrest was that when they said, hey, you're under arrest, before anything had really happened other than his freedom of speech, which probably, they probably did take a lot of those things as threats to law enforcement, and that's what he was arrested for initially. Maybe. But at the very least, what they could have arrested him for was the fact that Chase wanted to press charges anyway. They could have absolutely said that they wanted to press charges at and by that time. So, yeah. And then he just made it way harder on himself because he could have just stepped out of the vehicle, but they had to smash his window open. Of course they did. Of course they did with a person like this. And then once they did, he immediately went compliant, of course. Like, it's these sort of people, they talk a big game, right? They talk a big game, they act so tough, and then, I'm so sorry, and he just gets on his knees, lays down, puts his hand behind his back, and he just, wild. Just wild. That was a good one. That was a good one. An interesting one at the very least. I do too, Jamie. She is not in a good situation with him. That is for darn sure. She is not in a good situation. I don't know what's going on with their relationship, that's for sure. Very strange. I mean, there's many questions I have with that, just in itself. But yeah. Let me pull this down here again. Here we go. Okay, well, Jamie and everyone, it's been a beautiful night. It is now past 3 a.m. It's about 3:15 in the morning, so I've got to go. I've got to be up early for another long day. So much love to you all, Jamie, and everybody else that hasn't heard me say it yet. Check out the Jackson Downer Reads podcast, and hopefully in the next stream, you'll be able to actually catch me reading it live. But if you haven't caught me reading it live yet, that means you have multiple episodes to catch up on. I'll get the next one out tomorrow morning as well, so there'll be a new one. Much love to you all. Much love to you all. And I was very, very, very happy to see you all here tonight. And Jamie, who has not been here in a little bit, it's been so great to have you back. Hopefully it is not just tonight. It can be that Jamie is back officially. Because it's getting better for you. It's getting better for you. Have a great night to you as well, Jamie. Or a great morning. I appreciate you spending your morning with me, Jamie. And good night to you. Much love to you too, Amira. Thank you for being here. I will see you all tomorrow. Much love to you all. Mwah. And good night. Mwah.